upwards. You apply it upwards, upwards. I'm making sure that there are no harsh lines. So after applying my cream blush, I go ahead with applying my concealer. So the areas where you apply your concealer is under your eye, under your chin, on the bridge of your nose, on your T-zone, and under on your chin. So usually what I do when I apply, especially on my under, I let it set, depending on the concealer you use, because there are some matte concealers. Immediately you apply it, if you don't blend it quickly, it dries up, and it's going to be, if you're not professional enough, it might create a patchy look and a dirty look, right? So it depends on the concealer you're using. So if the concealer you're using dries up quickly, you just immediately you apply, you just blend immediately to avoid those dramas, right? And for it not to give you more work. So after applying my concealers, I blend in. So after blending, especially under my eye and here, the areas I told you where you apply your concealers. After applying it, I go in with my setting powder. To say okay, for the under eye, because normally when you look down, there's this folds under your eye. It's called the crease. So because of you've already looked down, you have to go you have to touch up there again before you set, so that there won't be lines, crease under your eye. So what I do is I use my beauty blender and set there again, and telling my clients to look up in order for me to set the under eye. So when my client looks up, immediately I set. After blending, I set in with my setting powder, my loose powder or setting powder. Then I do the same thing like on the places I applied my concealers, right? So on the places I applied my concealers. So after that, after that I go in with my setting powder all over the face. That way it helps mattify the face, and it helps make the makeup last longer. It helps to set the face. Let me put it this way. It helps to set the face. So after I've set in my face, I go in with my contour. I apply my contour. This is the area where you apply your contour, where your hairline stops here. That way it helps to lift the face. The contour helps to lift the face. It helps to lift the face. Don't worry, you'll see the effects when I work on my next video. So you apply your concealer upwards. That way, you see, it helps to lift your face. So after applying my contour, I use my nose contour brush to contour the nose. So guys, for the nose contour, you draw a V or a funnel-like shape. A funnel-like, you know how a funnel is? It's like a V. A funnel-like shape, a V and straight up, right? So you just draw a funnel-like shape, and note when you're applying, make sure you're blending to avoid harsh lines. Your work should be as neat as possible. There shouldn't be any harsh lines. You understand? There shouldn't be any harsh lines at all. So when you're applying, make sure you're blending out the harsh lines. You understand? So after blending out the harsh lines, usually I use my setting powder to snatch the nose. So then you apply your blush. When you apply your blush is directly on top of where you applied your contour. Then you blend it together, right? So that you won't know the end and beginning of your product, where you applied your blush and your contour. So I blend it in upwards. I blend together, then I blend upwards, right? And note, I don't take blush to apply here. I use the leftover in the brush to just apply there. You understand? So after that, we are done with the skin work for now. So we are going to the eye work. The brow, I'm very particular about my brows. If you've gone through my words,